You've been praying, searching, waiting, desperate for an answer. God, what do you want me to do? Where do I go from here? But heaven feels silent. No signs, no direction, just uncertainty. You want to move forward, but you don't know where to go. You're stuck, standing still, hoping for clarity that never seems to come. Listen to me. If you're watching this, this is your answer. You don't need another sign. You don't need another confirmation. God has already told you what to do. You just need to move. Let's talk about exactly what that means. Step 1. Stop waiting for a feeling. Faith moves first. So many Christians wait for a feeling, that deep assurance, that undeniable aha moment before taking action. But faith doesn't wait for feelings. Faith moves. Think about Peter. He saw Jesus walking on water. He wanted to step out, but he had to move first. The miracle came after the obedience. God rarely gives the whole plan. He gives the next step. He's not going to lay out every detail before you obey. Stop waiting for the fear to go away. Courage comes in movement. Stop waiting to feel ready. Obedience makes you ready. If you know what the next right step is, take it, even if you're afraid. Action step. Take one small step today. Send that text. Apply for that job. Forgive that person. Start that prayer routine. Move. If this is speaking to you, drop "I will move" in the comments right now. Step 2. Go back to what God already told you. If God feels silent, it's often because he already spoke. You just haven't obeyed yet. Think about Jonah. God told him to go to Nineveh. He didn't need another word. He needed to obey the first one. But instead, he ran. And it led him into a storm. Some of you feel stuck because you're waiting on God, but God is waiting on you. Go back. What was the last thing he put on your heart? The last conviction, the last door he opened, the last clear moment when you knew exactly what he was telling you to do. If you don't know what's next, go back to what was last. Action step. Take a moment right now. Ask yourself, what's the last thing God told me to do that I haven't done yet? Write it down and make a plan to obey. Step 3. Focus on the small, not the big. A lot of people miss God's direction because they think it has to be some huge, life-changing revelation. But God's will is in the small things. Luke 16:10 says, "Whoever is faithful with little will be trusted with much." Before David was king, he was a shepherd. Before Peter led the church, he was a fisherman. God calls people in their small, daily obedience before giving them something bigger. If you're asking for a big answer, start with small obedience. Pray daily. Read scripture. Show up and serve. Stop that secret sin. Make things right with that person. Obey in the small, and God will reveal the rest. Action step. Commit to one daily act of obedience, even if it's small. Write it down. Big direction starts with small steps. What to do next? You've been waiting for direction. This is it. 1. Stop waiting for a feeling. Faith moves first. 2. Go back to what God already told you. 3. Be faithful in the small. God will reveal the big. You don't need another sign. You already know what to do. Now the only question is, will you do it? Drop "I will move" in the comments. Make a declaration right now. And if this helped you, send it to someone else who's waiting on God. Because this isn't just a video, this is a call to action. Subscribe now. We're moving forward. Let's go.